Talk Forest TV, Max Newton here, telling you what I think about Forest 1, Aston Villa 1 from last night at the world famous City Ground. Please subscribe, hit that subscribe button to Talk Forest TV. It's quality. Yeah, just about got my voice back from last night, shouted myself hoarse, as I think most of the people did, in support of the manager and support of the team. I saw that Ryan Yates in the huddle, whilst Mull of Kintyre was being sung, said to the rest of the boys, listen to that. And although it wasn't pretty, I've not watched it back on telly yet, but some of my friends said it wasn't a great watch. But I think we did what we had to do, which was precisely back the manager, show the manager that we love him, back the players, show the players that through thick and thin, we've got their back and we're with them. And this is a Premier League journey that we've waited 23 years to be on. And then in terms of the boys on the playing field, we needed to stop the rot. We needed to not lose. We needed to not concede a bunch of goals. We needed to look a damn sight more solid than we have done already, than we have done certainly the last game, and in spells, 10-minute spells of the previous two games. And I think we did that. I think it was job done. I think we played 4-4-2. I think we didn't. There was a couple of things that I think frustrated a lot of people in the crowd, but I can completely see why that's how we played and why that's what the mentality of the players were and the instructions were. One was that we didn't press high up the pitch, and I think that's because if we press high up the pitch, we can leave ourselves vulnerable to the quick counter-attack, which we definitely saw against Leicester. Leicester able to move from the edge of their box to the edge of our box in about 2-3 seconds and a couple of passes and runs, and then arrive at the edge of our box with more players than us in that location. That had to absolutely not happen. That's, like I say, been happening to us. I think people have figured out that's how to play against Liverpool, and that's why Liverpool, for all their players, have only got one more win more than us. Kelly, shush. And so that's why I think that happened. There was a couple of times where we kept possession rather than going on a rampaging counter-attack at pace. I think that caused a bit of frustration amongst people in the crowd, but at that point in the game, it's exactly what we needed. We needed some possession. We needed to keep the ball. We needed to stop Villa having the ball for a bit of time and just calm it down a bit and put a foot on the ball. And sometimes it's all right to play it back and forth across the defence and back to the keeper and just keep the ball, just look after it and just get a foothold back in the game and get back on top. And I think that's what we did during the game, and I think that's now what we've done for our season. We needed to just not be so open, not concede goals, not lose. And we did the job. We did what we needed to do the job. We can't always do what we dream to do because when we've been playing FIFA or the way we always dream of our teams playing. Sometimes we've got to play the situation, whether that's in the match or in the course of the season. So really, really pleased. I think Morgan Gibbs-White had a good game. I thought Morgan Gibbs-White had a really good game. I think Ryan Yates had a brilliant game as captain, and I think put himself out. In fact, Yates, Freuler, I think also had a good game, pulling some of the strings and also providing that solidity. I thought the defence played well, and the defensive midfielders played well, and we defended well as a team, man for man as a team. And again, that's not been the case with with the personnel that have been employed in previous matches. So again, that was a massive plus. I think we limited Villa to very few chances. Now, whether that's because Villa were poor or because we made them look poor, who knows? But I can tell you that they were unlucky to only come away with a 1-1 draw against Man City a few weeks ago. And they've got some quality players in the side, and I think we did a good job on them, to be honest. Great display from Forza. I think Dennis, great to get a goal. Perhaps petered out a little bit second half. I was surprised not to see Lewis O'Brien and or Mangala start, but like I say, I think that midfield did well. And I think we also need to just accept that Brennan Johnson is a young player and he's going to have games where he tears people apart. He's going to have games where he's in and out of the game. And he's going to have games where he's not in the game. He's a young player learning his trade and learning his trade at the top flight of club football in the world at the moment. And yeah, he's a quality. You just got to expect ups and downs and ins and outs of form. So overall, really, really pleased. Also, just really loving the Trent navigation at the moment. Just want to give the boys a big shout out for the transformation of the Trent navigation. I remember going in there and they wanted, I don't know, 10 years ago, and they wouldn't even have the lights on and no beers on draft for sale because it's in such a parlour state. So it's totally transformed since then, and it's also had a brilliant transformation since last season. It's a Premier League pub for a Premier League team, and that's where we are, and that's where we want to stay. And finally, just want to say, Stephen Gerrard, stop moaning. It was a free kick, Stephen. It was clearly a free kick. Stop whinging about it, and get on with it. So come on, you Reds, onwards and upwards. Let's do it.